good, everybody? Welcome to an epic My Damn Toys video. Today we have a very special video for you guys. It is the massive box full of horror action figures. You guys can see here we have this really big box. Massive is what I'm going to call it because it is massive. I mean, it's a massive box of action figures, and today they are horror themed, and we are revisiting this video. I did this video about a year ago, and I deemed it the massive box full of horror action figures video, and it is the most viewed video on the channel, and I thank you guys so very much for that. And hopefully this one can do the same thing and, you know, reach those astronomical numbers, which is absolutely ridiculous. If you guys missed the first version, definitely go check that out. It's definitely the most viewed video on the channel, and today we're going to revisit it. We have a lot more action figures in this one than that one. I think in this one we have around 30 or 35 figures, and in that one we only had like 16 maybe or less. So this one it's got a lot more going on with it. We got all the guys featured. I mean, there were some horror icons that weren't even featured in that video. So today we're going to redeem ourselves, and we're going to go after it and cover this entire box full of horror action figures. So let's go ahead and dive right in, guys. We're going to start off with, I think this is the most recent movie that was released since that video that we did on the channel, and this is the 2018 Halloween Michael Myers from NECA. Looks absolutely fantastic. Ton of great details going on. That is something that NECA always does well, is their details, man. They always nail their details, their sculpt and everything. And a huge shout out to NECA for sending us this figure our way, and a huge shout out to NECA for all of these wonderful figures. A lot of these figures are from NECA, and they just totally kill it, and we appreciate them so very much. So definitely check out NECA and all of their epic horror action figures, but there's the first one in this video. Next up, guys, instead of going for something more recent, we are going all the way back to 1990 with the original Pennywise from the original It, and it looks great. I really like this figure. This is one of the newer ones. This is the re-release that I got, and I think the only difference between this one and is the first version is I think that the sleeves have like a sheen to them. I think that's the only difference in these. This is more of like a I don't want to say realistic because they're both realistic, but I think this one has a more shimmer, more pearlescent going on the sleeves, which I think would be more accurate to the Tim Curry Pennywise. But I like both of them. You can see here we got the monster hand and the pointing finger over here, and then we sort of have like some grabbing hands or reaching out hands in this one. So I really like it. Let me know down in the comment section below. Do you like the wide open laughing mouth better, or do you like the creepy smile better? Let me know down in the comment section below. Another comparison that we need to do, guys, is the 2017 remake Pennywise compared to the original 1990. Let me know down in the comment section below which one you would choose. This is the first release, I do believe, from NECA of the 2017 remake Pennywise, and they did such a fantastic job on this. I really like the colors going on. Totally two different versions. I mean, you got to see that this is more of like your original take on a clown, and this is just sort of a different take. I mean, the costume is crazy. I mean, he's still got the iconic buttons here, but as far as original design goes, I mean, they are completely different. So I hats off to the creators for that, to, you know, give us a way different look at the second go around. So that is it for our two different versions of Pennywise, but we do have one more Pennywise in this video, and it is from the Whale House in the 2017 remake. I mean, look at this right here, guys. Let's get a zoom in shot on this face right quick. Look at all this detail going on. We got the interchangeable head in there. Just beautiful looking stuff, and you can actually pull this all the way out if you wanted to. You got the hand coming out again, and just fantastic looking work from NECA and their figures. I mean, the detail on this is absolutely insane, and I think this is a re-release version of that figure, and it has just, it's much better articulated. That other one's kind of loosey-goosey, and they actually kind of fixed that with the second go around, so hats off to them for that as well. Next up, guys, we are going to go back here to Freddy vs. Jason right here with our Freddy vs. Jason figure from NECA, and this is probably one of my least favorite designs of Jason. I just do not like the freaking Gene Simmons style boots they got going on. I mean, look at that platform right there. That is thick AF, and the actor that they chose to play Jason was not tall enough. I think they were supposed to go with Kane Hodder. They decided that, you know, Kane Hodder's not tall enough, so they went with another guy, and even that guy wasn't tall enough, so they're like, you know what, let's just give him 7-inch boots here, and he should be tall enough. So that's absolutely ridiculous. I can't stand these boots. I think they're awful, but for the most part, you know, it's not terrible, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. Here's what Jason looks like underneath the mask, and he just looks, I mean, my God, just look at him. Moving on, guys, we have the NECA Part 6 Jason, and this is a really cool accessory that we got going on right here, and I do believe this came in the NECA accessories pack for this figure. You got a nice metal chain going on from Part 6. This is the ending, obviously, where he gets killed. They wrap the chain around his neck, throw it in the lake there with the rock, and it sinks to the bottom, and that is how they sort of of, you know, get rid of Jason for the time being until part 7. But I really enjoy this design of Jason. I always love the yellow gloves. I always thought that it broke up the contrast, especially with this belt going on and like his utility weapons all going around. And so I always like this version of Jason. I think it's one of the better looking versions, so I really enjoy this figure. Next up, guys, we have Leatherface represented, and this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and this is from the OG. He's got his apron on, which is cloth, which is very, very nice. You got all the nice colors going on. It's more of like a beige / yellow going on, and you got the blood splatter all over the chainsaw, all over his apron, and this is just a really nice figure on Leatherface. One of my favorites by far, and we need more Leatherface figures, man. I feel like we're missing a lot, so I would really appreciate if we could get some Leatherface figures. I'm not sure on their license deal or anything like that, but I would really appreciate it if we could get some more Leatherfaces in the house, man. Moving on, guys, we have a couple Chucky figures, and one of these is from Bride of Chucky, which is this one, and then the other one is from Child's Play 3, and I like both of them a lot. I really think that Chucky looks better in Bride of Chucky. I just think that it has that, you know, early 2000s look to him. He's sort of got some edginess to him, so I really like that. Both of them look great, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I just always liked this look of Chucky better. Both of these figures are very cool. I love them. I love the sizing of these. The scale is really cool, and I think that NECA did a fantastic job on these, and I think it'd be really cool if NECA would create a, you know, a version of the re-release that we just got this year, so that would be a pretty cool figure. I wonder if they're even working on that. I guess we'll have to see, but there is